All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruchak, Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, Great Millstone, and salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word and truth to sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video. Lord's will is edifying. Just speaking on, probably name it, take this calling seriously. All right, because we've been called to something, the most important thing you can be called to. All right. And we don't know if we were chosen, though. All right. So that's why we got to do the most we can, to the best of our ability to show ourselves worthy of this calling. OK, of this election, the election, So without further ado, let's just go straight into these scriptures. This is Matthew 22, verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. All right. So, like I said, you got to take this calling seriously, because many are called. All right, you've been called into this truth. The truth has been shown unto you. All right, and now you have to be chosen, though. All right, you don't know, and we don't know. That's why we always say we're the hopeful elect, because at the end of the day, we don't know if we're going to be saved yet, because we haven't been saved. All right, contrary to what Christians, all right, teach you, and Catholics and all that nonsense teach you that I've been saved, I accepted Jesus Christ. No, that's not how it works, man. You were called, and then you got to be chosen, okay? And ultimately it goes back to the foundations of the earth. It goes back to the beginning, but nonetheless, you don't know. You're not the Most High. You don't know if you're chosen. You've been called, but are you chosen? That's why we have to make this scripture. It says 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. All right. So we got to make sure we do our diligence to make our calling and election sure. All right. This isn't a patty cake, game. This is something serious. What we've been called to, we have to show diligence. All right. Not be lukewarm, so that we can be chosen or elected. That's why I say make your calling and election sure. All right. And what happens? How do you do that, man? By showing work, man. Showing your faith by your works. All right. Everybody's got a different measure, but that's not an excuse to do the bare minimum at the end of the day. I remember years back I did a video entitled "The Bare Minimum Might Not Get You Saved." All right, because you don't know the bare minimum. That's like barely passing. A D is passing, but do you want to just pass, or do you want to be, you want to score for the top, of the class, so to say. Okay, you want an A plus, not a D plus. Okay, and that bare minimum might not cut it, man. And really, at the end of the day, it's just you being lazy. You can make all the excuses in the world, but at the end of the day, you don't know. Are you sure you're making your call in the election? Sure. Are you sure you're doing everything in your your ability the best you can? And again, I said, everybody has their own measures, but that's not an excuse to just drag your feet. This is Sirach 7:15. Hate not laborious work, neither husbandry which the Most High hath ordained. Hey, isn't this considered to harvest? All right. This is that laborious work, man. Let's get that. I forgot where it is. Harvest. You're not supposed to hate this work, man. Phew. All right. This said Matthew 9:37. Then saith he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Because what? A lot of dudes hate the laborers' work, man. They hate the work ordained from the Most High. And guess what? If you were ordained from the womb or from the foundations, all right, predestinated, then guess what? You got to do this work. You got to labor into this thing, man. You got to show your diligence, because you've been calling. And if you're gonna show if you want to ensure that you're chosen, well, you better pick up your feet. All right, you better do this work, man. This laborous work. This isn't you don't take vacation days in this truth, man. The sabbaticals, and there's no stop to this, man. Like you can amount vacation time at your job. Oh, I got 2 weeks of vacation. No, ain't no such thing as vacation in this work, man. This is laborious work, man. This is husbandry. All right, we're out here plowing the field, man. If you put that plow down, you're no good for the Lord, man. All right, you turn your back on the Lord, you can't enter into the kingdom, man. All right, because what ultimately those that were called and elected or chosen, they go back. They've been chosen since the beginning. All right, let's go to Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee, in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So guess what? A prophet has a job. All right, that's that laborious work. All right, that the Lord had, the Most High have ordained, like we read in Sirach 7. Okay, so the Lord knows who He has ultimately chosen, but we don't. All right, so we have to make our call and election sure. We have to take this thing serious, man. This isn't, a 9 to 5 job. This is a 24-hour 24/7 job. And I'm not talking about doing videos all day long. No, I'm talking about living this word. Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only. All right. Verse 6. Then said I, Lord, Yahweh, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But Yahweh said unto me, say not, I am a child, for thou shalt go to all that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. All right. Let's see. I'll keep reading. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee, saith Yahweh. Then Yahweh put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and Yahweh said unto me, behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. See, the Lord is going to, hey, that's why you got to take this serious, man, because the Lord is speaking through us. All right. The Lord has gave us his word so we can speak it. All right. So that's why you got to do that laborious work, man. Put up your videos, study. All right. Live this word, not just talk about it. Okay. Go out on the highways and byways. All right. Be brotherly. Eat this whole roll, man. All right. And ultimately, it's even before you were in your mother's womb, because this is just this is our last life, so to say, before we enter into the kingdom. Ultimately, it was from the foundations of the earth, that the Lord's will, we those men, we were chosen, This is Isaiah 49:1. Listen, O isles, unto me, and hearken ye people from far. Yahweh hath called me from the womb. From the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. See, there we go again, man. The Lord, he's called on us from before we were even, into this truth, man. You've been chosen. Lord's will, we those men, the elect. Well, I say that the elect have been chosen before they even knew about this truth, man, in this lifetime. All right. So let's go to what is that? Okay, here we go. Because remember, we didn't just wake up one day and just started following the Lord. This is John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth. See, because you were ordained from before in the womb. You were ordained from the foundations of the earth. And every lifetime you come back and do the same job. So when I said you don't just wake up one day and serve the Lord, I mean you don't just wake up one day, pick up the Bible, and all of a sudden you're a God-fearing man, a God-fearing Christian like these churches like to talk about. No, man, the Lord has chosen you, man. The Lord inspired you to pick up them scriptures and look up them videos. Okay? Let's read that again. It says, John 15:16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. That's why it says, make your, what does it say, Matthew? Many are called, but few are chosen. Because what? The Lord chose them. It didn't say, you have called me and you have chosen me. It said you were called and chosen, Or many are called, few are chosen, okay? It says that ye should go and bring forth fruit. And how does that? By prophecy, all right? By pushing the words of the Lord, like he said into Jeremiah. All right, that he's going to put his words in his mouth. And that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. All right, so there you go, man. This was given unto us, man. We were ordained. Lord's will would be those men. We were ordained from the beginning. Okay? Let's go to Romans. There's Romans 8:29. Let's start up a bit. Let's start at 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose. See, those are the same ones that are chosen, man, for according to the Lord's purpose, the laborious work that he has ordained, man. All right, it says, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. All right, there you go. Because, for whom, the image of the son is the doctrine, man. The gospel, the truth. All right, and we have to be in that same mind state, man. All right. In verse 30, he says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And see, let me go back up to the 29th verse, because the ones that are predestinated would be conformed to the image of his son, Yahushua. All right, we would be in one mindset. All right, just like the beast has an image, his philosophies, his ways. Well, guess what? The Most High has an image. All right, and it's righteousness. This truth, all right, the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the ones that are predestinated, called, justified, chosen, those are going to be conformed to the image of the Son. All right, let me read 30 again. It says, moreover, whom he did predestinate. All right, you know what? Let's get that word in Romans 8. Predestinate. All right, let's go to Romans 8. What was that? 29, 29. All right, let's see what the word predestinate there is. Prorizo.
Strong's G 4309. Prorizo.
Let's say to determinate, decide beforehand. In the New Testament of God, of the Most High, decreeing from eternity, to foreordain, appoint beforehand. There you go. Determined before ordained. All right. So the same is been going in the same thing, or being ordained. All right. Chosen beforehand. It says, moreover, whom he did predestinate, them. All right. He also called them. All right. Many are called, but few are chosen. But the ones that are chosen out of the calling, guess what? It says, and whom he called, them he also justified. Those men are justified through what? Through the blood of Yahweh, or through the blood of Yahushai. All right. Through Yahweh. All right. All right, because that was the reconciliation. Yahushua was the reconciliation unto us to the Lord, It says, and whom he justified, them also glorified. So if we're going to be joint heirs with the Lord, guess what? We're going to be glorified with him, because he's justified. The Lord was justified, all right, in his righteousness. And then ultimately he justified his elect, all right, the ones that are called, predestinated. Okay, so let's go to Ephesians chapter 1. Let's start at 5. It says, having predestinated us unto the adoption. Now, who was the adoption for? All right, let's go back to Romans, because only Israelites can be chosen. All right, at the end of the day, Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israel? Okay, for Romans 9 and 3. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, all right, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises. So the point was, whom pertaineth the adoption, who are Israelites. All right, so now we understand what the adoption is all about. Let's go back to Ephesians 1 and 5. Having predestinated us, so the ones that were predestinated to be adopted back in, all right, are Israelites, okay? It says, us unto the adoption of the children by Hamashiach, Yahushai, all right, to himself, according to the good will of his pleasure, all right, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. There you go, man. Yahushua is that mediator, man. He's that reconciliation. Through him we were adopted back unto Yahweh, so that we can be called and chosen, man, and do this work, or do this laborious work. Make our calling and election sure. Take this calling serious, all right? In verse 7, in whom we have redemption through his blood, the forgiveness of sins according to the riches of his grace. Who's it talking about, man? It's talking about the Israelites, man. Specifically the Israel of Israel, the elect, okay? Verse 8, wherein he hath abundant towards us in all wisdom and prudence, having made known unto us the mystery of his will. Who's he revealed the mysteries, man, to? Amos 3 and 7. Okay. It says, according to his good pleasure, which he hath purposed in himself, that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one, being going back to that Romans 29, being conformed to the image of the Son. All right. Because that's what makes us one mind, okay? That's why Yahushua said, me and the Father are one, roughly paraphrasing. Because what? They're conformed to each other, man. Yahushua ain't bucking up against the Heavenly Father, man. And we not bucking up against Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right? It says that in verse 10 again, that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather in one all things in Hamashiach, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him. See, because ultimately Hamashiach is above everything. Except Yahweh, okay? Whether in heavens or on earth, man. All right. Verse 11, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will, that we should be to the praise of his glory, who first trusted in Hamashiach. There you go, man. There you go. So take this calling serious, man. This is deadly serious, and I say that literally, okay? So with that, Adonai is exhorting and edifying unto you, sincere brothers out there. Keep pushing and endure. Shalom.